Hey everybody, welcome back to Breakfast with Bob from beautiful Edmonton, Canada. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by Master Spas, SFuels, Go Longer, Quintana, HOKA One Form Smart Swim Goggles, Zoot Sports, the original triathlon brand, Premium Plus Sports, and our Challenged Athletes Foundation. Our next guest, Mr. Miki Taagholt. That was good, right?
That was really good.
See? I speak Danish. I can do it all.
Yeah, that's very beautiful.
So, Miki, tell me what got you into this sport? Did you have a swimming background, running background?
Yeah, I was a swimmer for a couple of years.
Yes.
And yeah, then all of a sudden a triathlete started in my swim club. And I think he could see that I had stalled a little bit.
Yes.
I didn't improve as much, and I got a little tired of the black line.
Yes.
So it's like, hey, you want to try something different?
Yes.
I was like, sure. So yeah, he started taking me out on runs and bike rides, and yeah, he got me into my first triathlon. I borrowed his dad's road bike and rode on that, and I ran in a pair of my dad's old running shoes.
Yes.
And swam in a wetsuit, but yeah, I loved every second of it, and yeah, that got me hooked on the sport.
Well, now you're traveling the world doing this stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I'm guessing early on, were you thinking Olympics to try to get to the Olympics and represent Denmark?
Yeah, coming from a swimming background, like as a swimmer, the Olympics is the ultimate goal, and then coming into triathlon, Olympics was, of course, also my goal.
Yes.
So yeah, I started out doing ITU, chasing the Olympic dream and trying to qualify for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. But yeah, fell short of that, and then was a little insecure about what I wanted to do. Like, should I stop my career? Should I try something different?
Right.
But yeah, I tried a half-distance race, and I loved that as well. And I was like, okay, let's give this a crack. And yeah, now I'm here.
And Oceanside, when I look at 2021, you did Oceanside, and that's become one of your favorite races.
Oceanside is definitely my favorite race.
What is it about that race?
They have a great race director. No, the race is, yeah, it's a beautiful race. It's in Southern California.
Good homestay.
Very good homestay. The food there is delicious. The coffee is good. The beach is nice.
And the course is challenging all the way through.
Oh yeah, and I mean, Oceanside is always known for this very strong field as well.
Yes. Early season race, try to find out where people are at, people breaking out their brand new race kits.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the first 75 race I ever did. I wanted to do Oceanside because I wanted to see how good I was against the best in the world.
Yes.
Jan and Lionel was signed up that year, but none of them showed, and I was a little sad about that because I really wanted to measure myself against the best in the world.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still kind of did. I fell short. I finished 8th.
Yes.
But it was fun to see where I stand at that point against the best in the world.
Yeah, and in 2019, so then you got third at 70.3. How's that pronounced? Gdyn? Gdynia?
Yeah, Gdynia.
Gdynia. Okay. And then third at Indian Wells. So I mean, that's a good debut season.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Jan Gdynia was Jan as well, and he won the race.
Yes.
And I remember running down the finish chute. I was just so excited about getting a photo with Jan.
Yes.
Pretty big fanboy. But yeah, that's what I remember that race for. That was for standing on the podium with Jan.
How cool is that?
Yeah, my first podium as well. But yeah, that was fun.
Well, and then in 2021, you get second at Oceanside.
Yeah. I was running pretty close with Ben Canute for the first half of the run,
right,
and then fell short. But yeah, I did way better than I did 2 years before. Had so much fun, and yeah, it was my first race after Worlds.
Yes.
Finished 4th at the Worlds, and felt a lot of pressure coming into that race to show that Worlds was just not a one-time thing for my side.
Yes.
Worlds was definitely my breakthrough race, and yeah, I felt like a lot of people had a target on my back to see, can he back like the result from Worlds up with another good result?
Yes.
And I came into Oceanside totally aiming for the win, but Ben Canute handed it to me. But I had great fun. It was a great battle, and Ben Canute is a great athlete.
He's a great athlete, and what I love about Oceanside is the fact that most of the swims are in bays or in lakes, and you start in the ocean, then you got to come into the bay. There's always glare, there's always surf, and then the bike ride. And there's parts of that course that you can't ride except on race day, and it's Camp Pendleton is 200 square miles of beauty. and you guys are riding through that back part with some really good climbs, like 3 really good climbs. That's about, that's one of those races that you use to test yourself to see where you stand.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an honest race.
Totally
for sure.
honest, yeah.
Can't really hide anywhere, and that's
No.
what makes that race so special.
And people think, oh, it's a flat run.
Yeah,
It's
and it's
not a
not.
flat run. No, right?
Yeah.
You got to run up that bridge, and then that whole way out to the turnaround, it's a little uphill.
Yeah, definitely.
So this course is a challenging course. This is in terms of multiple loop swim, multiple loop bike, and the bike is, you've got climbs, you got descents, you got potholes, you got turns, you got 360, you got everything in this course. Is that good for you?
I hope so. No, I like myself a hard bike course, and this sure seems like it will be a hard bike course. Also with the field we have here, it can't really be anything but hard bike, so I'm super excited about that.
And you were just, 4th at Challenge Championship?
Yeah.
And 2nd at 70.3 Elsinore, so you've had a good season.
Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. Didn't have my best day at the championship, but I finished 4th. It was okay. 70.3 European champs in Elsinore, home style race. That race was so much fun.
Yeah.
Came out of the water with training partner Daniel Bækkegård.
Oh, so you guys are training buddies?
Yeah, we are. Yeah. And we attacked like right away from the gun on the bike and got ourselves a huge lead, and then we just ran for the win, and that was really special.
When did he get away?
He overtook me after a mile, something like that, and then he said, "Holy shit, this is amazing." I was like, "Oh, Daniel, it hasn't even started yet." The atmosphere running in downtown Elsinore on home soil, being 1st and 2nd was
So you guys
unreal.
1st and 2nd on home soil.
Yeah.
That is like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Now, what makes Daniel great?
Daniel's like, I think a lot of people think that Daniel's really arrogant.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can kind of get that vibe when you see him in interviews and stuff, but Daniel is like really down to earth. And he is so much more than just a triathlete.
Right.
He has a great personality.
Yes, he does.
And I mean, I can just talk about anything with Daniel. We are best friends besides triathlon. We talk about anything and everything. And I mean, it's so great to have such a good friend that you can train with every day. And we usually travel to races together and stay together at races. So it's a little sad not to have him here, but yeah.
So you look at what's happened with Norway, right?
Yeah.
With Christian and Gustav, and how they've taken and elevated the sport across the board, but especially in Norway. Are you seeing other athletes now sort of following your lead with you and Daniel, where it's like, listen, look what Norway's done. There's no reason we can't do the same thing.
No, I'll definitely say that Denmark is doing a really good job. We have Daniel, Magnus, Høgenhaug, me, and we have a lot of other guys upcoming as well. And I think, we have only seen the beginning of what is coming in Denmark, and it's going to be real great.
I love that. And after this, now you're staying away from full distance for a while, right? Your 70.3 is still long.
Yeah, I still think 70.3 racing is pretty long. I'm pretty excited about the PTO Open being a little shorter than a half.
Yes.
But I guess I've talked a lot with Daniel about this as well, and he says it's about time that you grow up and start like doing your first full. And I mean, at some point I have to do a full as well. But we'll see.
But it's nice right now when you've got Super League and you've got Collins Cup and the WTS. There's a lot of variety. Challenge, Clash. There's a lot of good options as a professional triathlete right now.
Oh yeah, plenty.
And so you don't have to go long if you don't want to.
No, but I mean, it's still intriguing, and there's Kona. It's this big magic, like it's mythic. It's I guess Kona is still like the dream and the main event. So of course I'm also dreaming about Kona.
Yeah.
I can see you are a little bit dreaming about Kona as well.
Always dreaming about Kona. Kona's always on my mind, man. I've been there every year since 1980. So when the earth was still cooling and before, like 25, 30 years before you were even born. What's your ultimate goal?
Ultimate goal is to have fun, enjoy myself, push my limits, and be kind to others, and become world champ.
And become world champ.
Oh yeah.
At what, 70.3? So was St. George at the end of the year? Is that the
Yeah, 70.3 World Champions St. George this year will be the main goal for the year.
And everything else is just sort of leading into that.
Yeah, kind of, but still, like all the races I have this year are championship races.
Yes.
I love championship races. I love to measure myself against the best in the world. And I feel like this whole year is just cherries on top of the ice cream. Like I have so many great races this year, and I feel like every time I go out a race, I challenge myself against the best in the world. It's a bit difficult because you might end up getting like 15th or 20th, but yeah, I mean, I don't want to come to a race in, I don't know, somewhere with a weak field.
Yes.
Just to be sure what kind of
a win.
to come. Yeah, exactly. I still haven't had a win in my professional career.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Wow.
Yeah, no wins yet.
Lots of, but a number of seconds and fourths. But you know what I told Magnus this when he went to Daytona, went off the front and, blew up. Then he went to Florida, Miami, and same type of thing. And it's like, you can't find out where you're at or who you are until you go off the front. Because it's easy to sit back and come off the bike in 9th or 10th and run your way to 4th or 3rd, right? Mm-hmm. But it's a lot gutsier to go off the front and potentially blow up, but like we saw Magnus and Roth, win one of the greatest races ever, just because you had the guts to go for it. And that seems like your attitude.
Yeah. I just want to measure myself against the best in the world and just sit back and relax. I want to put myself out on the line and see just how good I am.
Okay, and so the nickname is Taagholt, right? And that means train, because you're the guy usually at the front of the train on the bike.
Yeah.
Is that sort of it?
Yeah, that's sort of it.
Yeah, so who gave you that?
It actually comes from my ITU racing.
Okay.
I used to always be at the front, always pushing the pace. I also did that at the first part of my career in 70.3 racing, but had to adjust my tactics just a little bit.
Blew up a little too often, too many times.
Exactly. So I changed my tactics a little bit last year. This year I'm coming a little bit back to the old ways as well, trying to mix it up a little bit.
Yes.
So I
So
feel like I'm in a good place now in my tactics.
So with Magnus not here, Daniel not here, you've got a good chance to be the first Dane, right?
Yeah, I would say so. You're looking at the one-man Danish army.
I love it. Such a pleasure to get you, Miki. Thank you so much for taking time.
Yeah, you too. Real pleasure, Bob.
All right, again, Breakfast with Bob. We are here, beautiful Edmonton, Canada. Hold on. We will be right back.